The old pencil and paper classrooms are quickly becoming a thing of the past. In today's world, there's a new type of literacy beyond the words we find in our books and newspapers. Today's literacy is that of the digital world. It is a literacy that everyone must learn and relearn as technology rapidly progresses. In this video, we will show you how to integrate advanced technology into a vocabulary lesson. We believe that through using technology in your teaching, you will find higher levels of motivation, deeper critical thinking, and overall higher student performance. To connect to prior knowledge, we encourage you to use examples from a book that students are likely to be familiar with. For this lesson, we chose Twilight because it connected with our students' interests. Fill out a Frayer model as a class to give the students practice before moving on to the more complex text that they will work on in their groups. When filling out the chart, it's just as important for students to be able to fill out the non-examples as it is for them to be able to fill out the examples. In groups of 3, students will read Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from a Birmingham jail. They will highlight examples and non-examples of their term in the text. Once students have selected the examples and non-examples that they would like to use for their term, they can move on to the presentation section of this activity. They will be using Snagit to make their presentation. The first thing Snagit will ask is how they want to record their screen. For this activity, it's easiest to click Record Screen Video. This will allow you to click and drag the red box over exactly what part of the screen you would like to record. To capture, you click the red button, Click to Capture. This will allow you to begin recording. Students will open a digital copy of Letter from a Birmingham Jail. Then, using the highlight option on Microsoft Word, they will highlight the examples of their term in pink. Using a microphone, they will explain why that is an example of their term. Once they have chosen each example of their term, they will move on to non-examples, highlighting those in blue. They will take time and explain why each non-example is not an example of their term. Once they have finished highlighting examples and non-examples, they will hit the key that says Print Screen on their keyboard. This will end the recording. Okay, our word was metaphor. And we found a couple metaphors here. The first one that we found was, when you see the vast majority of your 20 million Negro brothers smothering in an airtight cage of poverty, that's a metaphor because it's comparing their situation to an airtight cage, but it's saying that it actually is an airtight cage. It doesn't say that it's like. All right, the second metaphor that we found was, see ominous clouds of inferiority beginning to form in her little mental sky. Right? So it's comparing her thoughts to clouds, but it's saying that they actually are clouds. And it's saying that her mind is actually a sky. Right? So those are our 2 examples of metaphor. Now, we also have a non-example here in the same paragraph. It says, the nations of Asia and Africa are moving with jet-like speed. Okay, so it's saying that they're moving like a jet. So it's comparing their movement to a jet by using like or like similar to. The days of standing in front of a chalkboard in a teacher-centered learning environment are over. Teaching methods are moving toward actively involving students in their learning process. Society demands technological advancement. education must adapt by teaching digital literacy as well as content literacy in today's classrooms.